What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Stacy. So I purchased this old 4.5 meter cruiser craft rustler half cabin boat, and so I made 3 videos on how I restored this old boat. In this video here I'm going to explain and show you guys how I dismantled the boat and how I installed the stringers and so on, but the next 2 videos I'm going to keep it as a surprise. So I have timestamps at the bottom of the video as well guys. If you want to select a certain part of the video, just hit the timestamp and then it'll fast forward you. I just want to let you guys know I'm not a qualified boat builder or electrician. I just love doing this stuff. I just learned all this on YouTube and so on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace. Check out the new boat, 4-stroke Yamaha, 60 horsepower. My new project. It's got electric tilt as well. So when I purchased the boat, it didn't come with any jockey wheel. So before I do anything, I've got to put a jockey wheel on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bolt the jockey wheel on the trailer here with the U-bolt there. I'm going to use the contact washer. These are special washers, they have little ribs on them. The ribs prevent the nuts from getting loose. Check it out, see it's just a warped as well. See? So I'll put it on that way. And there it is, it's on. See? What I did is put the U-bolts around the unit, and now I can take my bucket back. Cool, so the jockey wheel's on now. So what I'll do is I'll just lift it up to the max so the boat's at an angle. So what I need to do today is I need to take the Bimini off with the rocket launcher so I can install the boat properly with some plastic. And after I've redone the boat, when the boat's finished, I'll then buy a proper boat cover for it. So the Bimini has a bit of a light installed. It's got an anchor light up there as well. I actually want to take these all off so I can take the Bimini off so I can cover the boat at night time, because I'm not going to work on it much today. So I'm just taking all these wires off, just disconnecting the spotlight and the anchor light. But I really want to take out this floor. I want to see what's underneath there. That's my main goal. I won't be doing that today. There it is, it's done. So that's how I store my boat in between jobs. So when I finish the boat, I'll buy a proper boat cover for it, but not now. Okay, so my mission today is to get everything off this boat. I want to get everything out. I want to make it like empty so I can start sanding it and preparing it for painting. And fiberglass, yeah, because I want to redo the floor as well. So busy taking everything out the boat. I've got a bucket over there. That's just for rubbish. I've got this one here, a small box for parts that I can probably use again. See, don't just throw everything away. Busy trying to get this bait tank out. Whee! So the pipes are pretty stuck. Okay, so these screws over here, these bolts that are holding these brackets in, have actually rusted in the back, so I'll have to grind these off. So let's get to it. Woo. So while I'm going through the boat, I'm just going to be circling all the holes that need to be fiberglassed. As you can see, there are a few holes that need to be fixed, but that's alright. I'll just fiberglass it and sand it. Whew. Okay, so some of these screws are really old and they're not all stainless steel, so I've had to grind some off just to get some of the cleats off. When you attach stuff to boats, when you add screws or bolts, it has to be 316 stainless steel, nothing else, just because it doesn't rust, you know what I mean? Peace. So if you want to take off the grip tape, I find it easier to get one of these scrapers. It has to be a bit sharp there on the end. All you do is just put it underneath and just wiggle it around like that, and it comes off easy. You see, this is turning into a mission to take this cleat out. I have to undo all those bolts there, but the thing is, they're very corroded and it looks like it's been like a fiberglassed around, so I have to break it up and try and fix it. Woo! This is our cave exploring. Okay, I finally got those 3 nuts off the back of this cleat. Man, it was a bitch to do. So get out of here. I'll show you the cleat. Just got to take the rest of the screws out. I see most of these screw heads are flat screwdrivers. So I'm going to replace all the screws on this boat with Phillip heads. If anyone can tell me why most of the screws on this boat are flat heads, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, this section here had a lot of silicone on there. So what I've done, I've just taken it all away. There's a little bit left there. So I'll just paint around here, then I'll just re-silicone it with marine silicone. Just so it's waterproof, so water doesn't go through the back of the boat. Okay, so I've done quite a bit of the boat. I've been doing it for the last 4 hours. I'm basically nearly on the sanding stage now. So I just got to do a few more things. So I've got the hot gun over there. Just got to take some stickers off here. So I want to take this long fish measure off as well. I'm just got to replace that. I'm basically got to replace everything, you know. Yeah, I can't wait to start sanding and painting. Woo! Okay, I got rid of most of the stickers, so I want to get rid of this one now. This is the fish measurer. Whew, that's it. Stickers off. It wasn't that easy. Just got to take this off here. It's done. Yeah. Whew. It's important when you buy boats, if you've got fire hydrants on the boats, just check the expiry date, because this one's expired. This is 2019, so it is possible if there's a fire on your boat and you try and use this, it won't work. These are only like $25 in the boat shop, and so that can save your life, you know what I mean? Peace. This light was over here, so I just took it off now. It was just silicone onto the ceiling, but that's alright. The cool thing about fiberglass boats is you can mold stuff, and you can mold accessories onto your boat. So I'll show you a bit later on how I mold some accessories onto the boat. So for now, I just want to get everything off and make everything clean. I'm actually going to paint the whole of the inside. I don't want it to be this. I want it to be a separate color. There is a horrible light switch over here that was like that. Nothing was attached to it. I'm just taking it out. I'm going to cover up that hole, make it nice, or maybe I'll swap it with a different switchboard or something. I'm going to take off the grip tape now. This is going all around the boat, so I'm just going to take this off and replace it. Okay, so that's the starboard side done. Okay, time to do the port side of the boat. Yes. Okay guys, so I've taken off basically 90% of the stuff off the boat. The last thing I have to do is take everything off the bow of the boat, like the cleats and all that, and then from there I'm going to start resining everything. But before that, I actually want to take it off the floor here. I want to pull up the floor because I want to see what's under there. I want to see how it is there. I want to see what condition it is under the floor. So let's do the front of the boat. Woo! I think I'm just going to grind these. These are really stuck. So I'm just going to take off these cleats. Okay, so I had a bit of a session trying to get these nuts and bolts out of the cleat, because someone put flat heads on the boat and they just strip all the time. So I think I'm just gonna leave the front bar in. This one here, it's pretty solid. I'll just paint around it. See it? It's pretty good. Okay, so busy taking all the lights off the boat, all the navigation lights, because I want to start painting the top. I'm gonna need help with this one because I can't go underneath and turn the screw because the screw is turning on top. So I need someone to hold the top as well. Just busy taking out these side holes here. So I think it was a Bimini that used to be on the boat. It's quite a mission to take out. There's like a bolt right on the other side. It's pretty high up, but I can do it. Woo! That's it. Now I want to get onto the floor. Woo! I'm going to be taking this whole floor out here because I want to put a new one in. Okay, so the floor looks a bit rotten. I'll have to fix that. Okay, so I got a bit of major rot on the floor here. Okay guys, so I've been sitting down, I've been looking at the boat, and I've been thinking, it looks like I'm gonna have to re-fiberglass the whole floor on this section here. I'm gonna have to take the floor out and put a new floor there. I'm gonna cut there. I'm just gonna replace this whole section. So lots of fiberglassing and lots of work coming up. Yes. When you buy boats, just make sure it's not rotten, because even the seller might not know it's rotten as well. Okay, so I'm gonna get changed. Yeah. When cutting fiberglass, it's important to stay protected, because you don't want the fiberglass particles to go into your lungs or in your eyes or even on your skin, because it itches non-stop, man. And if you're working near a house, make sure all your windows are closed and your garage door, because you don't want fiberglass floating to the house. Okay, so I finally got the floor off. It was a bit rotten, which I expected. Check it out. There's a lot of fiberglass floating in the air. What's up guys, so today I'm going to take out the stringers, but first of all I'm going to pre-measure it. I'm going to get the measurement as they are now, and then I'm going to re-measure it again, and I'll show you later on in the video. Peace. So even though the front is like really rotten and the back still feels solid, because it's such an old boat, the rot does spread. So the reason the back is feeling so solid is because of the fiberglass, but inside the wood is rotten. So I'm going to take everything out. Yeah. Don't forget to take photos of the hull as a reference as well. For example, see that's like a waterway over there, so I want to actually make it just like that too, so take a photo of that. Just take a photo of your hull so you have like a reference if you get a bit lost. You can see here when I open up the fiberglass how rotten the wood is at the back of the boat. Even though I'm finished cutting the floor, I'm still gonna wear the mask just to stay protected. I did take the goggles off because the goggles were misting up, but when you cut fiberglass, try not to take the goggles off, because you can get stuff in your eyes, and if you get a fiberglass piece in your eye, and it's hard to get out, man. So just wear protection. Peace. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to start dismantling everything, taking all the wires and stuff out, and then I'm going to measure, and then I'm going to start cutting out the front of the cabin. Because what I have to do, I have to strengthen this floor, because underneath on the hull it's got a lot of scratch marks, like really thick scratch marks. So I've actually labeled all the wiring so I don't get mixed up. I'm gonna put all the wiring neatly over there so I can work and finish the boat. Oh my gosh, that is very smoky. The wood's busy burning when I cut. Yeah, it's done. So check it out, this is what it looks like so far. I've taken the whole, well, most of the cabin out. Just got to take out the bottom section here because I'm going to change the stringers as well. Check it out, that's what I've done so far. Yeah, so I'll be making a whole new cabin. I'll be doing it how I want to do it. What's up guys, so I've been doing the boat for about 1.5 weeks now. I've done quite a bit. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start cutting out all the stringers in the front of the cabin and neating it up a bit. I'm going to make it all neat so I can start measuring and making the cabin and the stringers for the front. Peace. Okay, so the middle stringer was super rotten, check it out. When the wood's going black like that, you know it's game over. Only the middle stringer I'll do, but the side's pretty solid, even if it's just fiberglass holding it, you know what I mean? Okay, so the main part's done now. Check it out. No more cabin. I reckon the guys that did this boat did a bit of a lazy resin job, because you see there was a bubble there in the fiberglass. In the front there's a bubble. You can see over here it's coming apart. Yeah, so there's a few bubbles everywhere. So what I'll do is after I've grinded it and made it smooth so I can start measuring the springers, I'm gonna put a layer of fiberglass, maybe 1 or 2 layers on the bottom, in the middle of the hull, just to beef it up on the inside, just so it's a bit stronger. Yeah, but once I do that, it'll be good. It'll be like a brand new hull, really. So I've decided I'm gonna leave the back, I'm gonna leave the stern. I'm not gonna touch that section because the wood over there is still alright actually. I just don't want to mess with the transom because the transom is good. I don't want to be cutting the floor away and going near the transom. So one day when that needs to be repaired, I'll make another video and I'll just repair the whole back side of the boat. But for now, the whole of the stern is all good. And the middle section here, that's only a little bit, that's only about a ½ meter to the back. I put some wood there, mix it up a bit, I make it hard, I fill it up with resin, and then it should be good. Oh man, sweeping this dust off all the time is too messy. I'm gonna go make another plan. Woo. The water. Okay guys, so I'm on my way to Bunnings because I'm gonna go get a vacuum cleaner. I want to get a warehouse vacuum cleaner, like a small one, just so I can keep on vacuum cleaning the dust and all that, just to keep it neat. Yeah, so woo, peace. So check it out, I've got the vacuum cleaner. Yeah, so I'm trying to take off as much logos as I can off my videos, because every time there's a logo on one of my videos they put adverts on there. So I'm just trying to get rid of that. Let's test the vacuum cleaner, let's go. Okay guys, I've decided I'm going to take the bulkhead off here as well. See? So I've started to take it off. I'm first going to measure it, then after I measure it I'm going to take it out. I basically neated up everything, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to start taking off the layer of resin while all the dirt with the wire brush. That's working really well, check it out. That's the old one, that's the new one. Woo! Okay, so I finished for today. What I did was really spend the whole day preparing the boat to measure it. and to start resining. I don't know, but I'm actually allergic to bees and fire ants, and I've got this tree here over there, and that's full of bees. So basically me and the bees have an agreement, I don't touch them, they don't touch me. So the whole time for weeks I've actually been rubbing against that bush and no bees have actually stung me, which is good. I've actually got my EpiPen in there on hold, so yeah, that's cool. Woo. What's up guys, so now I'm on my way to go get some supplies. I need to get some 12mm thick marine ply, because I'm going to be putting the floor on the boat. Okay guys, so I got the marine ply, it's just in the back there. I don't think you can see because it's so dark. I got the resin as well. Got the new multi-tool, yeah. So I just came back from the shop and I just got some supplies. I just got 2 large pieces of 12mm marine ply. This is all my paint and all that. See, it's all the resin, paint. So the floor I cut out the boat, I'm going to use that as a stencil to cut out the new floor. Okay, I've just done the floor. I actually thought I pressed record, but I didn't press record. But that's it over there. I use the old floor as a stencil to cut this one out. Next time I should press record, eh? Woo. I'll just put the floor in the boat, and I need to trim it a bit more on some sections. See where the black marker is there with the circle. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7 sections I need to just trim up. Okay, so let's see how the floor fits now. Yeah, look at that, fits perfect. Okay, so check it out, fits good. Bit of a gap over there, but I'll fill it up with that peanut butter paste. And over there, once the springers are in, it'll be more solid. Yeah. I'm busy trying to prepare the boat to resin it, to put the floors in. But man, there was some rubber there. I've taken most of it off. There's still a little bit there, I'll take the rest off. But this, man, oh, I don't know what this stuff is. That is so hard, man. But it's got to come out. Woo! Okay, after 2 hours of wasting time, I finally got most of this off. That was horrible, man. So I'm just going to keep on cleaning up the boat and preparing it for resin. Yeah! Okay guys, so I'm going to resin the bottom of the floor now. So it's a brand new piece of wood. It's a 12mm marine ply. So what I'm going to do before I resin it, I'm going to scratch the surface of the wood with a wire brush, just so the resin seeps into the wood better. Then after you scratch the surface, take all the dust off. Make sure you resin the sides of the wood, because that's the most vulnerable part for water to get into. Okay, so I've done the first coats of resin on the floor. That's just to the bottom side of the floor. I'll do another coat tomorrow. Peace. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get string. I think that's why they call it stringers, because it's maybe measured in stringers or whatever. So basically when you put the floor in, the floor will be on top of the string, alright? So it's important when you put the string onto the boat that you actually make like a small notch like this. See that? Like that. Don't just put the string in like that and then tape it to the timber like that, because I guarantee you the string will fall out. You go like that just to give the string a grip. Yeah. As you can see over there, I've got the string on the bottom. So basically when I measure it, the timber will be on top. So I'll go all the way across. Look, you have to make sure the string is tight. The first thing to do is you cut the string to length. See, so that's the length over there. And then I'll go down the boat and just measure it. But I'll actually hold the string a bit tight. So what I do is every about 20 centimeters I'll measure that. That is 80. So I'll write 80 over here. Okay, I've measured 80. This is 80, so I'll just write 80 here. I'll measure here, 85, and I'll just keep on going down. 88, so 90, 90, 100. So I've measured probably every about 20 centimeters. 80, 80, 85, 88, 90, 90, 100. So just to make sure my measurements are good, I'm actually going to hold the string like that, make it a bit more stiff. I'll check this was supposed to be 90, yep, it's 90, 90, 100. This part here was 88, 85, 80. You see now that I've written all my measurements here, so all I'm going to do is basically, that's 100 mils, so I'm just going to mark 100 mils there, 100 mils, I'm going to mark 90 there, 85, this one's 80, and that's 80. So all I do now is join the lines together. See, it's like nearly spot on, guys. That's basically spot on, man. Check it out. Woo, that's how you cut your stringers. Yeah. So I'm not a qualified boat builder. I just learned from YouTube and watching other people build boats and repairing them. So that's how I do all my boats, just by watching and learning. You know what I mean? How I'm gonna make the stringers is I'm just gonna use 12mm marine ply. The reason is because I went to the hardware shop the other day. I bought 2 large pieces. Each piece was about 2,400 by 1,200mm. So to save some money, I'm just going to use that to make the stringers. So I'm just going to start cutting out the stringers now. So when I cut out the plywood for the stringers, I'm just going to screw 2 pieces together to make one stringer, like this. Using 1 piece, I'm going to use 2. Check it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to resin the wood together. So I'm just going to put these sheets on now, but I'm just going to mark them first. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've actually got the markings over there, how far apart that must be. Then once I've put them on there, I'm going to mark them. Then I'm going to cut like a little dash over here, just so I can fit it in nice and flush, so I can place the floor on top. Peace. So I'm going to cut the little notches in the springers. Woo. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna resin this like quite a bit. I'm gonna fiberglass it. I'm gonna use quite a few mats on the sides as well, just to make it strong. The first strip over here is one single 12mm marine ply. That's got to be in the front, right? So the second, third, and fourth strip, I've actually put 2 12mm together. You see? And then the fifth strip, I put 3 12mm marine plies together. That's what I've done to the stringers. I've drilled holes in the side, just so the water can go through the different sections of the hull. Okay, so I'm about to fiberglass the wood. This is all the cabin parts for the inside of the boat, and the floor. The floor is actually over there, the main deck, but this is part of the floor, all the stringers and the cabin. So after I've done this, I just got to make the second layer of the cabin. That's got to be all the beds. Peace. So it's always good before you resin or before you paint, have a game plan. So after I resin over there, I'm going to put them down on the floor in an angle, just so I can dry. You know, you don't want to lay it flat, because if you lay it flat, it's just got to stick to the floor. So how you mix resin, guys, this is the hardener I got. So for example, it's got to be 1 kg resin and then 15 mils of this. Put my bowl on the way over there, and I've made it to 0 again. So what I do, guys, to measure this, I put 300 grams of resin in the bowl, So I do 300 divided by 1000 equals, then you times it by 15 mils of hardener. So that means I have to put 4.5 mils of hardener for this to harden up. So it's important to get this right, because if you put too much in here, it can get hard fast. So you want to put like this enough. Now when you put the hardener in, make sure you put it in all around like that in circles. Now it's important to give it a good stir. If you don't stir it correctly, you can mess up the whole process. So it all has to be equal, you know. Make sure you wear gloves too, guys. Mix it for a long time. Make sure everything's mixed properly for about at least 2 minutes. Okay, so there it is, guys. So I finished resining everything. I didn't want to film you resining the whole time, it gets a bit boring. So when it dries, I'll start to install the stringers one at a time. Then I'll start building up the cabin. Peace. The two middle stringers, I'm gonna join them together. And then on top of that, I'm gonna join the block. I'm gonna put like a piece of block wood on top. The reason why I'm doing that is because in the middle of the deck, you want as much space to step on as possible. The wider the better, because if I put 112 more stringer on, it's going to be too thin. So it's just going to be like a hard piece, you want a wide piece. You want it to be as wide as possible in the middle. So I'm going to put like 3 layers, 36 mil. See, so this is what I was talking about. I actually drilled some blocks on top of the stringer just to give the floor more support when you're standing in the middle of the deck, so it will last longer, much longer. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, nice and solid stringer. Woo! So I've got to that stage now, guys, when I start mounting the springs into the boat. So what I've done here is I know normally you're supposed to put tabs on before you put the springers on. The reason why you put tabs, guys, because you only want the stringers holding on the bottom of the hull in pieces. You don't want it to be flush with the whole entire hull, because the reason is when you fiberglass the springers to the hull, if you don't use tabs, it's got to have one long hard spot, and that's pretty dangerous because in rough seas your boat can actually break. So it's really important to put tabs. Like in this boat here, I've left the actual old tabs in here, so the springers aren't flush with the floor. And plus, the way I've cut it as well, the springers have a few gaps on the bottom, which I'm not going to fix at all, because the parts that are touching the bottom, I'm going to use those as tabs as well on the springers. So before I do anything, I'm just going to give it a good wipe down with acetone. Acetone actually chars all the dirt, and it actually eats away all the old resin as well. So make sure before you put the acetone, you actually sand it as well. You see I've grounded it all over, so it's ready for resining. I'm just going to wash it now with acetone. Peace. See, there's an old tab over there. I'm just going to leave that in. Make sure you clean it properly before you actually put the stringers on, because you don't want a piece of dirt being in here and then it throws the whole thing off place. Okay, so I've cut out and I've measured the hatch part for the cabin. That's it over there. So I've decided for the front stringer, I'm just going to use 112mm plywood, and then I'm going to fiberglass it quite a bit to make it strong. So if you see here, I'm just trying to save some wood here. So I've actually attached these two pieces here together. But obviously when I cut it out, I'm going to take that out. And I'll just fiberglass it together, make it nice and strong. That's just for measuring purposes. So how I'm going to do it, I'm going to measure the height there from top to bottom, and at the end of the hatch I'm going to measure the height there, and then I'll put the height over here by the stringers, here by the stringer, and then the pieces of string to measure the height, just like I showed you in the previous video. Yeah, check it out. So there it is, guys, the stringers for the front. So when I measure it, I'll just pull it a bit tight like that. Then I measure that. When I measure that, I'll just pull it a bit tight. Then I'll just mark the heights over here. Check it out. So I've done the stringer. See, it's pretty spot on if you just pull the string tight. So I'm gonna put the stringers down. I'm gonna use a silicone here. This is like an adhesive marine silicone. The reason why I'm doing this is just so I can hold the stringers in place. But it's important you don't put too much. Just put like a little line down the middle. Because if you put too much, resin doesn't actually hold onto this. So you don't want this really coming on the sides and ruining everything. So I'm just gonna use this. So I'm gonna place the stringer in. That's after I put the silicone down. Then I'll put this on top of the stringer just to hold it in place. See, so what I've done there, I've just put the springers down, the front springer, the cabin springer, and you have to make sure it's 90 degrees as well. Don't let it be crooked, because if it's crooked, it's gonna hurt in the long run and something might go wrong. It's just best to have it 90 degrees all the time. Peace. Okay guys, so there is a springer at the back of the boat, which I managed to take at about 90% of the springer. And so there is a hole where the old wood used to be, where the springer used to be. So what I've done, I've measured and I've cut out a new piece of wood that I can just slide in there. And before I slide it in, I'm just going to start stuffing it with the epi filler. So once I've stuffed that stringer up with the epi filler, I'm going to just slot in this wooden stringer. And then once I've done that, it's got to be pretty solid. So later on, if I need to take out off the transom or take out the back part, I will make another video. But I just don't want to touch the back part of the floor because I don't want to mess with the transom. There is a bracket going from the transom down to the floor, down to the hull. So that's why I'm doing this method. Okay, so peace. See, so it's full up now. It may not look full from the outside, but the inside it's full. I used the whole tin of Epifill, so it should be good. All I have to do now is cut that. If you can see where I put the holes in the stringers, see? I put some holes in the bottom, just in case for some reason if water does come inside the hull, the water can flow between the sections. See? But when you make these holes, make sure the floor is smooth. See how smooth in the floor there? Just so the water can flow nicely. Because you don't want to be a bumpy or anything, because you'll have water trapped in one section. It won't have anywhere to go. And I've actually put one hole in the middle string as well. See? So the water can go through. I haven't mounted the stringers in yet. See? But what I've done is I measured it all 90 degrees and I made like a brace on the top. I never drilled the screw in fully because I just wanted to hold the springers in place. So before I put the silicone, I'm just going to lift it up as one whole piece, put the silicone in, put it back down, then I'm going to put some weights on top just so I can put some pressure on. Yes. Okay guys, so there it is. That's how you prepare your stringers. Some weights on there just to make it a bit strong. Yeah. Okay guys, so I'm gonna make a peanut butter mixture up for the corners of the strings in the hull. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut up quite a bit of chop strand. I'm gonna cut it up in small pieces. Then I'm gonna put the polyester resin in the bucket. I'm gonna measure it. And then I'm going to put the hardener in, and then I'm going to mix the chop strand. After I put the chop strand, I'm going to put the talc in. This is like a special powder to make it a bit more harder, more pasty, the resin. But if you want to go the cheap way, which I've done, I just went into the baby shop and I got Johnson's baby powder. This has talc in it. You have to read the back. it has to have talc written on the back in the description. If it doesn't have talc written on the back, then it's not talc. So basically I pay $1 per 100 grams. So in this case, this is 600 grams. This was only $6. It's quite big. It's quite a lot. So I bought quite a lot of Johnson's baby powder to make my resin. And on top of that, I'm going to mix the talc powder as well. I don't know how much to mix with the resin, so I'm just gonna put this in until it gets nice and like peanut buttery. Yeah. I'm gonna cut the chop strand up outside because I don't want this floating around the garage. So I've made quite a good batch of chop strand. I've cut it up a bit for my peanut butter mix. So this will last me probably 2 mixtures. So it's quite a bit. This is just to make the fiberglass a bit stronger when it dries up. It's got some strands in there, so it's pretty good. 500 grams for now. So I've got 500 grams of resin. So what I do, it's 15 mils to 1 kg of resin. So what I do is, the calculation is 500 divided by 1000 grams, which is 1 kg, times 15. And so it equals to 7.5. So that's how much milk I must use. So I mix it for about a minute, 2 minutes, depends how much is in here. I might just mix this one for about a minute. So I'm going to start adding the talc. I don't know how much talc to add in, but I'm just going to add it in until it gets hard. If you want resin to last longer and not harden up so fast, just keep on moving it. The more you move it, the less it will dry up. Check it out, it's forming now. It's really good too. Like a peanut butter. See? Here it is, guys. There's the peanut butter. So yeah, check it out. So this is how I install the stringers. See, the resin on the corners is nice and radius. You can't make it 90 degrees because if it's 90 degrees, the stringer won't have anything to hold on, so it'll just break off. So I'm just gonna leave it all to dry now. And so once it's dried, I'm gonna start securing it more with mats, with fiberglass mats. Okay guys, check it out. So what I've done, I've actually put a fiberglass around the stringers over the top down. The reason why I put fiberglass along the ribs is so when the deck is down, when the fiberglass cures, it's going to be stuck to the floor. Put it down like that. Make sure it's straight. Okay guys, so got the floor on. This is the main deck. Check it out. So it's just busy drying now. I'm gonna go inside and get some weights and put some weights on top here, just so I can put some pressure on. I haven't really finished the inside yet. I've actually mounted the this bottom cabin in there. This one here. I've mounted that in, so I'm just waiting for that to dry now. So how I did the strings and the ribs, so after I took the floor off, I took some photos and I basically copied how it was installed on the boat, especially the rib part. When I saw the ribs, the old ribs on the boat, it looked like someone had actually put fiberglass on top of the ribs, which I copied as well. That's why you see the fiberglass on top of the ribs. If I had a second go at the stringers, I would probably cut the stringers probably about 3 millimeters shorter, just so I can wrap the fiberglass around the stringers. But the way I measured it with the string part, it was so accurate that I could only layer 2 layers of fiberglass around the stringers. So how I did it, I first put 2 layers of fiberglass on the side of the stringers, and then another 2 layers of fiberglass around the stringers over the 2 layers I put on the side. And so to compensate for that, I also beefed up the back half of the boat. I put 4 layers of fiberglass on the bottom of the hull, and then in the front of the boat I put 2 to 3 layers on the front. I've mostly put 2 layers in the front. My goal was to beef up the back part of the boat, the back half, so it's pretty strong. So the boat's dried now and everything's done. I've taken it for a few rides and it's pretty solid, so I don't hear any cracks or anything, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Keep an eye out for video 2 of this 3-part video series. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.